to VLOGSwehazthem. I am Elizabeth Bennett. I'm in love with Mr. Darcy, but he's a jerk. Okay, guys, hi, VLOGSwehazthem. I literally have like no costumes in the world, but I found this dress, and it kind of, I kind of thought it could work as Elizabeth Bennett. Because Pride and Prejudice is one of my favorite books of all time and one of my favorite movies. And I've realized that the question was like, what's our favorite books when we were a kid, and like Pride and Prejudice was definitely not when I was a kid. Like I just read that like maybe 2 years ago or something. But it's definitely one of my favorite books, and yeah, so I went with that because I hadn't actually watched the question video. I watched it after I had watched Emily and Alma's videos. And I got the impression that the question was just like, what's your favorite book, instead of just like, what's your favorite book when you were a kid. But now I know it was, but whatever. I'm still going Pride and Prejudice. It's one of my all-time favorite books. As for books when I was a kid, I mean, definitely Harry Potter. I started reading Harry Potter in elementary school. And then I went through a time where I stopped reading Harry Potter because my dad didn't approve of it because it was like witchcraft and stuff. So I just stopped reading it. But then when I got into 9th grade, I decided, like, you know, I know it's about witchcraft, but I also know that I don't believe in that, and I just like the stories, you know, for like the plot lines and for the characters and stuff. And I realized I was old enough to like understand the difference. So I made my own decision and finished the series and fell in love with it all over again. So Harry Potter for the win. Ella Enchanted, I freaking loved that book in elementary school. It's one of my all-time favorite books. Like, because I don't really have that many books. Like, all my books on my bookshelf are like kids books, because those are the only books I have for some reason. So whenever I'm like bored and need to read something, I just read all my like old books. They're like, you know, like chapter books from like 3rd grade and stuff, but I read them all the time. And Ella Enchanted was definitely one of my favorites. Although I agree with you, Emily, the movie sucked, but the book was awesome. But I disagree with you on Princess Diaries. Like, you said you liked that book. I loved the movie Princess Diaries, but I really didn't like the book. I don't know why. Maybe just because I was expecting it to be like the movie because I love the movie so much, but I didn't really like that book. Also, there was this book called Things Not Seen, and it's not a very well-known book, I don't think, but I loved that book. Like, I've probably read it like hundreds of times. It's about this kid that like becomes invisible, and has to figure out like what happened, and like he falls in love kind of with a blind girl and stuff, and it sounds really random, but it's like one of the most amazing books ever. Like, it's just adorable, and it's really good. Like, it ends really well. And I also wrote down the Alex Rider series. This was more like middle school that I started reading these, but I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's by Anthony Horowitz, and it's just a series about this guy named Alex Rider who he starts out being like 14, and he his uncle gets killed, and he finds out that his uncle was part of like the CIA type of thing, but for England, M16, I think that's what it's called. And so he gets like swept up into this whole like thing, and he becomes like a spy for them, and it's just like all his adventures, and it's amazing. Like, it's like you're reading a movie. It's just like you're watching a movie, and it's so intense and amazing. Like, those are some of the like best written books ever. Like, I love them so much, and I'm in love with Alex Rider. Like, he is awesome. So yeah, so those are some of my favorite books. I just read The Hunger Games and Catching Fire. If you guys haven't read those books, you definitely should, because they're incredible. And trying to think other books. I don't know. I really haven't read a lot recently because I've been overwhelmed with school, and so it really sucks. But I'm gonna catch up on a lot of reading this summer because I'm gonna be a nanny, and I'm gonna have lots of free time just hanging out with the kids and stuff, like all day, every day. So definitely want to be reading a lot. Okay, bye guys. Love ya. Have a great day.